Serena again from thriftiving.com, and today I'm going to show you how to turn ordinary scrapbook paper into this cool, awesome little gift box. Seriously, it's going to look like you bought this thing from the store. All it is a piece of scrapbook paper for the top and a piece of scrapbook paper for the bottom. And it's got this cool little pocket where you can put lotions, candy, gift cards, really anything inside. So what you're going to need for this project today is scrapbook paper that's really thick. You want something that's not thin because it's going to tear. This one here has like a nice velvety texture, so I like that. You're also going to need Mod Podge. You're going to do a little bit of gluing, scissors, and a little sponge for the Mod Podge, ruler, because you're going to need to do a little bit of trimming. You're going to need a slicer, a paper slicer. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn your paper over. This is the pretty side. You're going to turn it over to the white side, to the back side. And you're going to draw an X from this point to this point, this diagonal X, or diagonal line. And you're going to draw a line from here to here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn my paper here to a diamond shape. I'm going to fold this end, and I'm going to make sure that this corner aligns directly in the center at that point, okay? And then I'm going to fold. Okay, I'm gonna do that to all four sides. I'm gonna fold this side as well. Now you're gonna have all four sides turned up. Now, I don't know what's up with my paper, but I'm not getting a really good, if you see here, I've got a little bit of gap. So we're gonna see how that affects the quality of this box. Ideally, it should just be really perfectly straight. And these lines here inside are going to be your guide. So after you've done that part, you're going to fold up this side of the top. You're going to fold up the bottom, and you're going to be left with two pieces here that are flapped in. Okay. The next part is you're going to fold these sides in until it meets the inside vertical line. And after you've folded in both sides, this is what you're going to be left with. You're going to have this oblong shape with a point here at the top and a point at the bottom. Okay? All we did was fold in, if you remember, this is what we were left with. And all we did was fold the sides in onto each other so that they met in the center line. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to open it up. Okay? We're going to open up the side, open up the side. What we're going to do now is refold this part back up. Okay, and we're going to use our scissors and cut from right here, where my index finger is, all the way up to this point. Okay, we're going to do that on this side as well. I'm going to cut here and go all the way up, just to where that piece ends. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut. So we're going to cut this left side as well. Again, all the way up to the top. Okay. Now what we've got on this side is this little flap, okay? You're going to turn your work and do the same thing. You're going to fold this side up. You're going to cut from this point up to here and this point up to here. Okay, so now I've got both sides cut, and we're going to have to take each of these flaps that we were left with, and we're just going to fold down the top right here at this line. Now I'm going to flip my work around. I'm going to fold this side up as well, again making that center line the point of reference to keep it straight. Okay, so now that we've cut these pieces, we've cut this end and we've folded this down, what I'm going to do is I like to take this part here and fold this down. Okay, just fold this down to a nice right angle, making sure that maybe these are just aligned. Okay, just put a crease there. Okay, we're going to come over here to this side and we're going to pull this down and we're going to crease it again, just making sure that the edges line up. Okay, make sure that's a nice crease. Turn this over and make sure this side has a nice crease in it as well. These are going to be your corners of the boxes. Press. And you're going to press here as well. Press and open. Okay? Press and open. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Mod Podge. Not a lot. You don't want it to be seeping through your paper. And all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna Mod Podge these pieces down because this is gonna form your base. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this over. Okay, so I'm just gonna Mod Podge, put a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to just glue that down. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of glue and Mod Podge this flap. Okay, I keep dropping it. And then I'm going to glue that down as well, as best as I can. I didn't put a lot on there. Okay, so the next part is you're going to flip this side up, and this side comes up as well. Okay, now you're going to start getting into and I'm going to use my arm here. You're going to flip this side and this side, okay? And you've got these two little flaps that are held here in place. Now what you're going to do is use this flap to come up and wrap it, okay? Now, if you had done this, if you had measured properly, which I did not measure properly because I'm kind of in a rush. But when you wrap this flap is going to create the other part here. Now, if you see white space here, it means you didn't measure properly, okay? So you need to make it again, or you need to find an ingenious way to hide it, which I like that idea. Okay, and then you can Mod Podge this side as well, okay? Now you're going to go over to the other side. You're going to pull your flaps together, like so. And this flap comes up and over top and gets secured down there. And you would Mod Podge that as well. Then what you're left with is this cool little box that really didn't cost you anything but just a few cents to make. Now again, if you measure exactly properly, it will turn out to be flawless, okay? The other thing that you need to do now to make the bottom is you're gonna do it the exact same way. The only difference is that you're gonna cut off 1/8 of an inch along this seam, the side, and the bottom. This is where I like to use the slicer just because, look at my kids' stickers, just because it's a little easier than scissors. But you can kind of guesstimate about what 1/8 of an inch is, or you can use your ruler and measure out 1/8 of an inch and mark it. I'm just going to guesstimate. The reason why you're going to cut off a piece is because you want it to be a little, this is your top. You want the bottom to be a little bit smaller so that it fits like so. You know, you want to be able to stick your top on there. So you want this to fit over top without it being too loose. Okay?